Alright, okay. So maybe I did come on a little strong here, but before you absolutely obliterate me in the comment section, just hear me out. Now I genuinely do use my jigsaw upside down 97% of the time. And before becoming this absolute YouTube sensation that I am today, renovating houses, building modern furniture, I was a cabinet installer for 12 plus years, which basically means I got paid to install perfectly square boxes into a room that's, well, let's face it, is never square. So a jigsaw was one of my most used tools. And using one of these upside down may seem kind of crazy, but it is a bit of an unknown trade secret, and there's a ton of benefits to using it upside down, which I'm going to explain today. Now, reason number one, blade visibility. Now, to make it fair, I'll be using a brand new pack of blades. So when you go pick up your jigsaw, it usually means you're about to cut a weird shape or an intricate scribe. So you're basically following a real fine pencil line with a small blade that kind of likes to wander, jump around, and jump off course. So blade visibility is obviously very important. And when using the jigsaw the traditional way, your view of the blade is somewhat obstructed by the body of the jigsaw, unless your face is right in there, and then you're just kind of breathing in all of the dust. Now, flipping the jigsaw upside down like the way I like to use it, all you really see is your fine line and your blade. It also allows you to step back to get away from all the dust and the nasty stuff, but still get full visibility of your line and the blade. Now that might seem a little awkward at first, but once you get used to it, it feels a lot more natural. So you think I'm scrambling for reasons here? Well, wait till you hear reason number two. So reason number two, getting cleaner cuts, and who doesn't want a cleaner cut? Now when cutting melamine like this, or plywood, you're going to get a lot of tear out on the face of your material. And yes, there are adjustments on the jigsaw to kind of accommodate this somewhat, but then it's ultimately putting more work for you and a lot more strain on the jigsaw. And you can obviously get downward cutting blades, which forces the teeth of the blade through the material, causing the chip out on the underside, which is great, but then this happens. And now with a traditional bit inside my jigsaw, with it upside down, I can finish off my cut. And you'll notice that there's zero tear out. You'll also notice there's no jittering around anymore, and that's because the teeth on the blade of the jigsaw is now facing towards the jigsaw, ultimately pulling your material to the bed of the jigsaw, which basically compresses the two together, and it just makes it a lot tighter, I guess, of a cut. Now you can really see the difference in the cuts between holding the jigsaw the traditional way and then holding it upside down. There's a lot more tear out on the facing material, but down here it's so clean and all my tear out is on the back, which is exactly what you want. Now this is melamine and our cut curves, which is a material that's prone to chip out, so that's pretty impressive. And if that hasn't convinced you, well, I guess reason number three, scratching the face of your material. Now 99% of the time, you'll do your scribe on the face of material. Now this is the final product, this is what you're gonna see. Now when you come to cut that scribe using the jigsaw the traditional way, you'll notice that the bed of the jigsaw is running along the face of the material. Now if that material is glossy or painted or even wood, right, you're gonna run the risk of scratching that surface, either from the bed of the jigsaw or having debris or material that's coming out from the cut, getting trapped in underneath the bed and scratching the heck out of it. And now flipping the jigsaw upside down, I can see the blade a lot easier. There's gonna be far less tear out, and all the scratches are gonna be on the back of the piece, which is never gonna be seen. Now there are occasions where I do use a jigsaw the traditional way when cutting upside down just isn't safe. And that's usually when I'm cutting either heavy material or big material that I can't really support, which kind of rolls into reason number four. You get way more control over your material. Now typically, jigsaw is a one-handed tool, which leaves one hand to either pick your nose or help support your material. Now more often than not, you won't have a full workshop full of unlimited things to clamp your material down to. Most of my cabinet install career or my jigsaw using career has been in people's kitchens, bathrooms, or on site where space is limited and I don't have a bench to clamp my work to. So you kind of have to improvise. So this is just an example, but it's realistic and there's many ways that this can be interpreted. Now, it's too cold for me to go outside right now because it's snowing. So imagine that this tabletop is the back of my truck. So I got my baseboard or my material or whatever I want to cut And now that end of my material is supported by whatever I rest it on, say the back of my truck or a tabletop or whatever it may be. Now I do have my other hand free to support this end of my material and my jigsaw in my other hand, right? So when I go and cut the traditional way, it's kind of awkward because one, I'm pushing down on my jigsaw to stop it from jattering around, and then I'm lifting with my left hand. So then I'm fighting myself. But with the jigsaw upside down, not only is my material supported by the hand holding the jigsaw, but it's also supported by my other hand as well, which opens up a lot more opportunity for those awkward cuts. So you still think I'm a little bit crazy? Well, maybe I am. Now, reason number 5 is that it's a conversation starter. Now, so many times I've been cutting my jigsaw upside down and people come up to me and go, what the f is wrong with you? What are you doing? You explain to them the benefits and they go and try it out and they get used to it and they come back and they'll guarantee they'll say that you have changed their whole perspective on life. Now, if you want to go ahead and see some of my videos of me using my jigsaw in action, then I got a bunch of modern furniture builds down here. Or if you want to go and see some of my videos where I'm doing big renovations, click on some of these videos up here. I guarantee between them, you'll find something that you'll like. Now's the time for you to go and rip me in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Yep.